There's just a couple of thank yous before we kick off. I'd like to introduce you to our judges, who also are sponsors. I think we all believe very strongly that the students are our future, and the standard of the submissions this year has been terrific. So congratulations. I think they're going to have a hard time deciding. I'm breathless with the altitude, but if I go from left to right, we have Adrian Egger. If you just stand up and show everybody Adrian, who's Managing Director of CLAFS. We have Neve O'Connell, who's Vice President of Spas for Hyatt Global. We have Christopher Norton, who heads up Four Seasons. Spark, I don't know, never know what you call it, but it's your whole spa division. And then we have Tanis from Shivasom, who's the CFO of Shivasom. So he's going to be grilling you on your numbers. And a huge thanks to our architects who've supported the students. Just for your information, the brief to the students has been to design the spa of the future, but it has to be profitable, and that's always a challenge. So the students have done the concept, the students have done the numbers, and then the architects have helped manifest a drawing and put it into reality. And they've really supported them through their experience in the industry. So we have Hugo from Canada, if you would just stand up, who's supported Cornell. And unfortunately, our HBA architects thought we were starting a bit later, so we'll introduce them a little bit later on. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this exciting time. First of all, we will have a presentation from Cornell University, and then we will have the presentation from the University of Houston. So here's the rules. The students get 15 minutes to present. They're timed. When that's over, the judges get 12 minutes to ask questions. They're timed. So it's very exciting. So I'm ready to introduce the students from Cornell, if you would please come out. First of all, we have Mariko, then we have Andrea, and then we have Hamid. So you guys take it away.
Do I have a clicker?
We need the clicker.
Oh, clicker.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Hamid, and my teammates are Andrea and Mariko. Our advisor is Professor Mary Tabaki, and our architect is Mr. Hugo Gagnon. We're on behalf of Cornell University, and today we're presenting to you a revolutionary concept named Mente Spa and Studio. So, many have a tough time reaching and maintaining their fitness goals. In fact, 50% of new gym members quit within 6 months. Many Americans believe that exercise is very important, but only a fraction are actually satisfied with their personal level of exercise. So we wondered why, and we talked to 165 members of our target market. Here's what they said.
The obstacles that I face prevent me from being consistent with physical activity are not largely logistical or pragmatic, rather they are emotional and mental.
A traditional gym experience has always made me somewhat uncomfortable. The ambiance is usually heavy on macho and somewhat competitive.
I wish the gym was a place to relax and unwind, and not a place I dread going to after work.
I belong to a higher-end gym, Equinox, which is cleaner than any others I've seen, but which caters to the 20-something, early 30s crowd, always blasting music, forgetting that there are older members too.
I like the idea of having a clean, serene space to go to, whether I was going for a class, hanging out before or after a class, or maybe just going to have a quiet place away from the pace of everyday life.
Having opportunities where I can regularly engage in learning and development will help me to motivate and inspire me to exercise.
So this input confirmed our hunch that there was a strong need for a place to exercise for those who need to relax, and a place to exercise that inspires and engages the mind. So the big question is, what can the spa industry do to address this need, and through this, bring new customers to spa? And our answer is Mente Spa and Studio. Mente is a spa and movement studio for people who want an approach to exercise that exercises the body, relaxes the spirit, and engages the mind. Mente members pay a monthly fee to enjoy an integrated 3-part experience. First, fitness. They can enjoy a wide range of movement classes as well as our workout and stretch facilities. For the spa, they'll earn $30 in spa dollars each month that they can use toward the treatment of their choice. In the mind category, we offer seminars in health and wellness, as well as the arts and sciences, and we have book club discussions. Our target market. We believe our primary target market is highly educated women between the ages of 35 and 54. We also see secondary market potential in an older segment, both women and men 55 and older. These people will be looking for more social engagement and intellectual enrichment, and they'll have the time for it. Finally, we see another secondary market in a slightly younger set who share the value system of our members. Namely, they value wellness, the intellect, and work-life balance. As far as target locations are concerned, we believe the biggest opportunities for Mente are suburban, not urban. Specifically, we'll target high-income suburbs like these two, Bethesda, Maryland, and Palo Alto, California, which are in the Washington, D.C. metro area and the San Francisco Bay Area. Based on our demographic analysis, in these locations, we'll find our target market in sufficient numbers to build a lucrative business. Now, finally, now that you know the context, we present to you the centerpiece of our presentation, the design. So here we have it. As you enter Mente Spa and Studio, you'll immediately feel that you've just entered the world that values art and ideas, intellect, and the imagination. You'll see people participating in seminars and book club discussions at the tables in the center. You can browse the books, music, and art in our retail selection along the walls. You can have a seat by the fire and have a cup of tea, or you can talk to your friends, because this is the part of the spa where social interaction is not only okay, it's encouraged. However, if you prefer some quiet time to yourself, you can head to the back where we have a quiet meditation lounge where you can listen to a guided meditation recording. Proceeding further into the space, here we have our spa entrance and lounge. Here you can see that the natural world has been brought inside with indoor gardens lit by skylights. In the center of the space, we have a hand washing fountain where you can use spa products like scrubs and soaps while you wait for your treatment. So it's a spa-specific extension of our retail experience. Finally, we have our studio space. As you can see on the perimeter, we have a variety of workout and stretch equipment that's designed to instill a sense of play in the workout experience. This equipment can be used when the classes are not in session or when certain classes are in session, like our guided stretch classes. You'll also see that the art and decor of the studio are designed to remind you that this is not an ordinary yoga studio. This is a place that values, engages, and inspires the mind. So now that you've seen the 3 pieces, we'll show you the floor plan so you can see how they all fit together. So here we have the second floor, the entry floor. On the left side, in red, you see our mind space, where we have our seminar space as well as our retail selection. And in the very upper left corner is our meditation room. The area in tan is our changing facilities. We have a large changing facility for the women on the top, and at the bottom is the men's changing facility. And both of these facilities also have private workout and stretch areas with separate genders. And finally, on the right side is our back of house space. Now, proceeding up the spiral staircase, you reach the upper floor where we have our studio space, 3 studios, and our spa, which is on the right side in blue. Now, you might ask, why are these 2 spaces together? There might be noise from the fitness side. And our answer is that we firmly believe that building materials and technologies will enable us to soundproof the spaces. And this allows us to have what we want, which is a fully integrated experience, where the vibe of the spa is infused into the fitness experience. And the spa is not hidden or tucked away, something that members don't see every day. Instead, they walk past it every day, and they can be curious about it as they see the lounge on their way to their fitness classes. So this is how we have our fully integrated experience. And now I'm going to pass the presentation along to Mariko, who will tell you more about the spa services.
So now we'll talk about the 3 components that Mente offers: spa, fitness, and mind. And so our spa services, we will focus more on massage treatments rather than beauty-based treatments. And each treatment will begin with a traditional Balinese ritual of hot tea and a calming foot soak. And the guests can have the option of listening to a guided meditation recording as they wait in the spa lounge. Here is our spa menu. As you can see, all the names kind of fall in line with a yoga concept and poses. And for example, the Om massage, which is the Mente classic massage, the guests can have the option of choosing which massage they would like to receive, and they can also listen to a guided meditation recording as the masseuse is actually working on them. Here are our studio services, and we will offer a wide variety of classes that vary in all levels and intensities throughout the day. And through a mixture of these classes, our members will be able to benefit from flexibility, balance, strength, and cardiovascular improvements. Moving on to our mind services, social and intellectual engagement is what really sets Mente apart from its competitors. And as we surveyed our target market, we realized that these seminars were very important to them and really interested them. And this showed us that they are very curious in engaging in interesting discussions and learning more about their personal and well-being. So here are some examples of our seminar topics. For example, you can have wine and tapas with a Gaudí expert. And so we've been talking a lot about guided meditation throughout this presentation and how it's offered in the different services throughout Mente. And we believe that this is a truly important component that will really align the mind, body, and spirit experience. For example, bring your awareness to your hands that hold and touch and caress and pet and open and close and applaud and squeeze. The arms and shoulders that carry and hug and lift and stretch. So this would be an example of something that would be playing in a treatment room. Of course, it would move much more slowly, but you can imagine how the masseuse can move through the different body parts and work on those parts as the recording is going on to truly align the mind, body, and spirit experience. So Mente Online is a service that is included with the Mente membership, and it's basically there so that members can sign on and look at videos of their favorite classes and take advantage of their membership from wherever they are and whenever, especially if they can't physically make it to the studio, like if they're traveling on business or on vacation. So Mente will be priced according to market based on upscale yoga studios in each market. And the memberships will be tiered so that customers can choose which membership they want based on their schedule demands and when they want to access the studio. Which leads into our revenue management strategy, which is based on 3 primary principles. The first being leveling out demand through our tiered memberships. The second, using our flexible space and design in order to cater to demand. And the third, having back-to-back concurrent classes during high peak times. So loyalty and retention is very important due to the fact that most fitness clubs have a very high attrition rate of about 50%. And so Mente will combat this by providing a very detailed and personal customer relationship management program. When they first sign up, a personal trainer will work with them to create a personal health and fitness program and set goals for themselves. And all therapists and instructors will have access to this. So when they reach important anniversaries and achieve their goals, we'll reward them for their commitment to wellness, and spa credit will be a very important part of these gifts. So our retail areas located in the Mind area and in the spa lobby will just be a great place to be able to showcase our personality and brand and really show how we try to promote the intellectual and sustainable parts of Mente. And now Hamid will speak more about our marketing plan and the financials.
Thank you. Thanks, Mariko. So to create customer awareness for Mente, we'll incorporate creative and cost-efficient marketing strategies from the very beginning. Examples of this are open house events, local community events, out in the public events like yoga in the park where people can see it, and other local art festivals and things like that. Our marketing plan will also have a variety of advertising sources involved in it. For our online marketing, we'll have a targeted search engine optimization program. We'll have sticky content on our website to bring people back to it through the free online yoga and articles on wellness. And obviously, we'll be on Facebook and related blogs and take advantage of that as well. So we ran the numbers over and over, and we used the help of our architects and designers and came to a build-out cost calculation of about $1.8 million. That's $125 per square foot. And it's not uncommon for a retail tenant to provide a tenant improvement allowance of up to 50%, which is typically amortized over the lease term. This is a good thing for Mente as it lowers our initial cash requirement. Our studio equipment cost is calculated to cost about $600,000, and when we add it all up together, our initial capital expenditure comes to be $1.5 million. We developed our pro forma based on talking to a number of other spas, as well as researching, and we calculated our stabilized net income to be $1.6 million by 2017. Within a couple of years after that, we will have generated our investors and shareholders a 26% internal rate of return. Here you can see our payback period, which is 4.5 years in the chart. So we will return our investors' capital after 2016. And in the pie chart, you can see our different sources of profits. So our goal is to establish Mente as a nationally recognized wellness brand within 8 years. We've designated a number of target markets that meet our criteria of demographics and household income, and we'll expand into those once we've established our first location. Our designers have made our design such that it's flexible with different variety of spaces and locations. One is a single floor model where we'll be in a high density suburban downtown on the second floor. The second one is one where we would have a smaller footprint and we would take over 2 different floors, such as second and third floors. And the third one is the square model where we can be accommodated in an indoor mall. As we wrap up our presentation, I'd like to reinforce our competitive advantage. Here's our competitors, which provide services in the spa and fitness industry separately. What we believe is missing here is a focus on intellectual and social enrichment, and that's why there's a lack of retention here. We also believe that these 2 very complementary services of spa and wellness and fitness should be all together, and that people shouldn't have to go to different places to get to these 2 very complementary services. That's what our competitive advantage is. Oops. Sorry. In conclusion, Mente Spa and Studio offers a whole person fitness and wellness experience that integrates spa, moderate exercise, and intellectual enrichment. We believe that engaging the mind is the key to bringing new and valuable customers to spa and fitness. By engaging the mind, we create a motivating environment to help our members achieve their fitness and wellness goals, and to help them relax, restore, reinvigorate both their body and the mind. With this, we'd like to thank you for listening, and we take any questions at this time.
So, Niam, would you like to start?
Should we stand here, or do you guys want us to get out there?
Or if you say it, I can repeat for you. I can shout for that. Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for a great presentation. I really enjoyed it, and all of your hard work is showing in your presentation, so thank you. My question is regarding your manning. With the concept that you have to engage your clients on a long-term basis, what consideration have you given in terms of financial investment for the ongoing education of the people who will be providing the classes and seminars to your members?
Well, as part of our human resources plan, we do, we pay competitively and we offer great benefits. But in addition to the benefits, we will also send our staff, especially our instructors and therapists, to continuing education classes, to conferences such as these, to help them, continually enrich their career experience, and also it'll bring back all those benefits to our studio.
Chris?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll be one of your first customers. I'll buy some membership, I think.
Oh, great.
It's a great concept. What I didn't quite understand, or maybe you can explain, is that you reach out to this audience that you want to attract with both the gym side and the spa side, which usually are areas over the last years that our industry has tried to separate instead of bringing it together. So you will do that. On the other hand, your spa services are relatively limited. And I would have expected in a suburban or urban environment to see a lot of beauty services, hair, nail, facial, and then your gym equipment also is very limited. I mean, there's a certain amount of exercise you can do, but a lot of the regular equipment that you would see in regular gyms is not there. So you will lose customers on both sides. How do you join those concepts together?
Sure. Well, we're really seeking to capture customers who are turned off by the traditional gym experience, so they don't like walking into a room full of machines. They're not inspired or engaged by exercising on a machine. They really prefer classes, and we've seen this need filled by yoga studios recently. But our belief is that yoga, while wonderful, and of course we're offering lots of yoga, we think people are going to start to want more and more variety. And yoga studios really just offer the yoga. So we're also offering dance, we're offering guided stretch, qigong, just a more variety in the workout routine so it doesn't become ho-hum and therefore people lose their motivation. We do offer things like free weights and guided stretch, so some of the benefits that can be achieved from machines, we're going to teach them through personal trainers how to achieve those things with free weights and other more kind of fun-inspired or play-inspired workout equipment. But yes, you're right, the customer who's fully satisfied with the traditional gym is not going to come to Mente. There were other aspects to your question as well, the spa services. We did think a lot about that, and we, having surveyed our members, we know that massage is very important to them and facial is very important to them. But from what we understand in the suburban context, people are looking for more maintenance-like treatments rather than experiential journey treatments like the body scrubs and things like that. So we weren't going to emphasize those on our menu. However, our designer did create the option of offering those services as a special item because we have a shower facility that can be accessed from 2 of our treatment rooms. So as a special offer down the line, if it becomes something worthwhile, we can certainly offer body treatments as well.
Okay. I think there are 3 areas of your work that I'd like to comment on. Okay. The first one is about the concept. I think your concept is very interesting because you integrate the spa experience into the fitness concept. And then you bring in the intellectual component through the seminar and book club. Okay, that would help. That would encourage the member to engage into your club. In addition to this, you mentioned that you use the sustainable design and material that encourage a healthy environment. I think this is very important because environmental wellness and physical wellness will have to go together. Okay, so in terms of concept, I really like your concept. The second area that I like to comment on is about your expansion strategy. You mentioned that after, say, 3 years when it's up and running, you plan to expand. Okay, and your operating models that you are using are franchising model and ownership model. Have you ever thought of another operating model that is management model? Or in other words, have you undertaken the comparative analysis regarding risk and return of these 3 models? That's my second question. Okay, and the last one is about the financial model. I will look at your key indicators to determine whether your model is profitable or not. Okay, we look at IRR. You got 26%, which is very healthy. The second one is payback period. With 4.5% is also good. And the profit margin is another one I'm looking at. Okay, from 2013 to 2019, your profit margin started with a negative. And until 2019, you got 33%, which is way above the industry average, which is good. By looking at these 3, I would say that your model is very profitable. However, if you look at your assumption, I have some observation as follows. The first one is your salary expense in some position. You assume that salary expense is constant throughout the 7 years of your study. Why is that? In reality, that doesn't reflect the reality that salary expense will remain constant. Okay. The second point I like to make on your financial model is that I have calculated the compound annual growth rate, or the CAGR of your number of staff and number of members, and we found that the CAGR of number of staff is 6.1%, whereas the CAGR for number of members is 21%. The growth is big different. Maybe because you keep the payroll constant for some certain position. The third point is that
can we ask one question at a time, because it gets very tough and we run out of time. So can we start with the first question?
Okay, the first question. Well, in fact, the first one on the concept, I really agree with you.
Oh no, the first question you have.
The second one is about the expansion policy. your expansion strategy?
Oh, sure, absolutely. So we were very inspired by Massage Envy when we developed our strategy. So they opened their doors in 2003, and by 2011, they had 900 locations, and they used a franchising model with a regional developer. So we really thought that that was a way to get quick growth, and we thought that we needed to get out in front of competition. So we wanted to be out there quickly. We're not as mass market as Massage Envy, so we certainly don't expect 900 locations in our future, but something around the range of 30 to 50, more like a Elizabeth Arden Red Door, is certainly achievable. And that's just our idea, is that we don't think that we ourselves can achieve that kind of growth that quickly as we would like to. So that's why we like the franchising model, just to get our brand on the map.
But my point is, there is another operating model that you should consider. That is the management model.
Management.
Have you thought about that? And
Could
what
you-
should be the risk and return comparing the three models?
I think that's a great point, and we haven't actually, we've done some scenario and sensitivity analysis for different, by changing different scenarios, but that's not one we actually address, and that's a great point. We're going to look at the different, different growth models and look at how that affects our bottom line.
My last question is
Sure.
on your key indicator, that if you look at the key indicators, you found that they are profitable. But if you really relax that assumption,
Okay.
by letting the salary expense increasing,
Okay.
would your model be profitable?
Which to address that, our selling expense has been increasing. It was it grew at a inflation rate that it's kind of hidden in the pro forma if you look at it, but it does grow at the and also at the inflation rate, and at the same time it also, some of our expenses grow at the rate that our revenue grows. So we've tried to address that issue as well. Yes.
Adrian, sorry.
As time is ticking, just a very short question. You mentioned before that you have made a survey with all your target groups, and 3 points came out that they are looking for a place to relax, a quiet place. They are looking for a clean place, a place which is inspiring and engaging. You will have several hundred people joining the club today. Where do they all relax? As for my reason, or for my point, as I saw the layout, it's quite a crowded place all over. So I don't see really a place to sit down and relax on your own, or maybe take some time. Where do they all relax?
So we try to address this issue by offering memberships that are based on when they can come in, so based on days of the weeks and times of days, because older people who are retired, they can prefer to work out in the morning when it's not as crowded. And people who do need to come in from that 5 to 9 p.m. period after they get off from work, they're paying a higher price. And so by having different prices and different times when they can come in, we're trying to level out demand there.
Sure, I totally understand you. Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. But again, those people which are in there, where do they relax? I mean, the relaxing areas are next to the reception. It's a traffic area, it's a crowded place. For me, and for my opinion, it's not a place to sit down and relax.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what we are trying to do is infuse the entire space with a spa-like relaxing vibe. So in contrast to a traditional gym where you walk in and there's television screens and music blaring, that won't be there. So overall, the ambiance should be more relaxing than our substitute, the gym. Also, we do have our meditation space, and then within each changing room, we have separate gender areas for stretching and working out that are meant to be kind of reflective spaces where after you come out of your yoga class and you're nice and warm, you can lie down on a mat and finish your stretches.
Chris, another question?
Yes, do you have any pro forma that you can talk about for your annual operating statement, as far as your operating costs, revenues, and breakdown?
Yeah, that's in our plans. Unfortunately, it's not on the actual PowerPoint. Did you have a specific question to ask about it? Because we've attached it to our business plan. Okay.
Yeah. I just have a question regarding your target market. It seems to be female dominated, and if you look at the industry now, men do actually make up a core aspect of our core percentage of our business. So I'm just wondering why you have possibly eliminated them or downsized them.
Just in talking to our customers, we found that the concept tended to resonate more with women. They tended to have more of an adverse reaction to the current array of gym experiences that are out there. So it was really, that was who we thought needed it the most, although we know that there are some men who will also respond to this, or who are married to the women who find it, who like it and will want to come with them. So, it comes down to customer need and who really needs an alternative form of exercise most.
Okay, wow. Okay, could I have University of Houston up here? You guys stand there because they're going to exchange the mics for you. So you can see it's a time thing. It's a kind of a tough thing to do. Judges, great job. What I like to do is ask one question at a time from each of you. It makes it easier for the audience and especially for me because I'm a little slow. So welcome, come on in. Get yourself over here in line. We need another mic. We need 4 mics now. Thank you, guys.
Or no?
I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, while we're getting lined up, I want to talk a little bit about this group. So with our group, we have Andy Shea. Andy Shea, okay. We have Amagan. We have Kate, who is looking for something. Kate, where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay, cool. Sorry. And we have Najang. And they're here to talk about a very, very exciting project called Mother Nature, okay? So quite innovative, and so we're really excited to hear them present. Thank you all for coming. So as soon as we get the next person wired, we're gonna roll right away. So audience, be prepared for another really hot thing here. This is exciting for me because I know some students in this team, as well as the team that just presented. So this is really exciting to see how these teams are going to pair up today. So, and then don't forget to come on Wednesday because there's 2 more teams. So just for your information, we drew lots. And so if you got the shortest stick, you got to be first, okay? And if you got the last stick, the longest stick, you got to be last. So that's the way we've done it. So we're about ready to go. Who's leading off? Okay, cool. So, perfect. Okay, I present Mother Nature.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the University of Houston Student Challenge Team, we'd like to welcome you and thank you for attending this year's Global Spa and Wellness Summit. My name is Andy Shea Sabarian. These are my colleagues Na Zhang, Kate Sortson, and Armagan Sadaqbegi. So what is this beautiful logo you see before you, Modern Nature? It incorporates 3 of the hottest trends within the industry today: the Turkish hammam, the wellness concept, and the slow beauty, slow movement concept. We have conjoined these 3 trends combined together to create a unique and unparalleled experience in the day spa market. So now Kate will go ahead and give you an overview of our concept.
Thank you. Modern Nature is a wellness experience that allows guests to implement slow beauty into their lifestyles. Modern Nature will feature multiple treatment areas inspired by the Turkish hammam, a movement studio, lifestyle classes, and a ritualistic treatment menu. This innovative day spa concept will be membership driven in order to allow guests to build social spa lifestyles and to drive revenue. While it has been developed for the global spa market, we have chosen Austin, Texas as the first proposed location for this day spa, because in 2011, Forbes named it the #1 fastest growing city in America and 16 out of the 20 healthiest cities in America. So what is Slow Beauty? Slow Beauty was developed by Shell Pink, owner and founder of Spa Ritual, in order to bring the slow movement into the wellness industry. The slow movement, in short, is a cultural revolution that focuses on quality over quantity. Modern Nature will be guided by these 7 outposts of slow beauty in order to ensure a quality guest experience. The signature treatments and spa design were inspired by the Turkish hammam because of its long history of healing and supports the outpost of spa ritual and spa tradition and rituals. The movement studio was guided by the meditation outpost and allows guests to choose yoga, Pilates, or high cardio classes. The lifestyle classes, such as nutritional counseling, stress management therapy, and lifestyle coaching, support the Nourished Mind outpost of Slow Beauty. By offering an array of wellness services, we will allow our guests and employees to improve their mind, body, and spirit.
The operational initiative will support renewal, nourishment, and self-expression in less still beauty outputs. As you can see, in Modern Nature, we really try to bring our group culture into our company. This kind of culture is associated with trust and participation throughout teamwork. Managers will encourage and mentor employees. That is why we bring a thorough training program for all managers and employee has chance to participate into. We will set up a different topic or theme every month. And for example, like how to treat your teamworker and how to build strong teamwork. We really want our employee to grow with our company together. In order to achieve the goal of providing a comfortable and efficiency working environment, we designed a second floor for employee use only. We will have a special multi-function room for all the trainings, meetings, workshops, and all the team building events for employees. We really believe that if we treat our employee good, they will treat our customer well too. We will also recruit multicultural employees because our goal is the global market. So with a diverse workforce, we believe that we will better understand our customers in the future and prepare for the future market. As you can see, the innovative part of our organization chart is that we will hire a sales and marketing manager to help us to sell more memberships and also create a better high standard of customer service. We will also hire a financial manager as needed to help us maintain our profitabilities. Modern Nature will choose Spa Booker as our customer relation management system. We choose this system because we believe that it fits our innovative concept through the real-time booking system and the revenue management system. The online and Facebook mobile system will allow us to meet the demand of our target market, and the built-in revenue management system will help us to maintain our profitability and also save costs. The whole web-based system will allow us receptionists to use iPads to assist our guests in anywhere through our facilities. So now Kay will go ahead to talk about the target market.
So Modern Nature's target market is the middle income Generation Y consumer within Austin, Texas. Again, we chose Austin, Texas because of its thriving economy and active population. 32% of Austin's population is also between the ages of 25 and 45, fitting our target market. As cost remains the largest barrier to converting non-spa goers into spa goers, according to the International Spa Association, Modern Nature will offer competitive and affordable pricing to meet the demands and attract these often disconnected young adults. This picture here provides a visual of the typical Modern Nature spa goer, a young professional woman looking for a social and healthy activity. Modern Nature will offer social interactions for both men and women in order to allow them to build healing rituals for a healthy lifestyle. Modern Nature will reach its target market through a detailed marketing strategy of land, air, and space initiatives led by our sales and marketing manager. A pre-opening marketing strategy will be imperative for Modern Nature to create brand awareness and build its initial membership base. Land initiatives will feature all of the printed promotional advertisements such as local newspaper and magazine advertisements and promotional postcards. It will also feature community outreach, such as participation in the nationally popular South by Southwest and Austin City Limits festivals. The air will feature billboard advertisements and clear signage. Billboard advertisements are currently underutilized within the spa industry and will allow Modern Nature to reach thousands of people within all demographics, resulting in higher volume. Space initiatives will feature all of the online presence for Modern Nature and will be guided by this social media model seen here. By using the sounding board, by using the website as a sounding board for all of the social media outlets, Modern Nature will provide educational content on benefits of treatments, slow beauty, and of course the Modern Nature brand. By using the cyclical model for all of the land, air, and space initiatives, Modern Nature will be able to consistently communicate with its target market and meet their evolving needs.
Thank you.
Switch.
Our design, which was done by the Hirsch-Bedner Associate, is based on the wellness theme with inspirations from the Turkish hammam. The size of the property is 13,000 square feet, with which 10,800 is used on the first floor. The focal points of our spa are the 3 social connector rooms located in the middle of the spa, surrounded by other service areas, having the locker rooms on the same side to increase social interactions, and putting the nail salon in the back of the spa so the guests coming from the reception will get a chance of traveling through the spa and getting to know other service areas. As you can see, the movement studio and the consultation rooms are located right next to the reception area to make them more accessible and approachable to our guests and get them more familiar to our guests in order to get them familiar with the benefits of slow beauty and wellness lifestyle. A natural environment is brought into Modern Nature by installing indoor trees, installing skylights, planting indoor trees, and using water as a treatment. A salt wall is, we decided to put a salt wall in between the cold and warm room to bring health benefits such as air purification into Modern Nature. One of the aspects that makes us distinguished from other typical day spas is having an extra retail space in the nail salon in order to ease guest congestion at the front desk and improve and increase our retail sales. As you can see, those are the skylights that I was talking about. We want to bring a natural light into Modern Nature, and that picture shows the star dome shape of the ceiling of our hot room. On the second floor, we really in Modern Nature, really want to put importance on our employees. We believe if we take care of our employees, they will take care of our guests in return. So we dedicate the second floor to our employees, providing them with enough space and services. They have their own room and preparation room. And also, we decided to put and make an outdoor terrace on the second floor so they can go out, enjoy their time, to enjoy just their time. And we want to increase their job satisfaction, which ultimately leads to a strong corporate culture. As you can see, this is the view of our lounge. The warm room is located in between the cold room on the right side and the hot room on the left side. The salt wall that I was talking about is against the cold room. We decided to locate the warm room right next to the locker room so the guests coming from the locker rooms can sit down, relax, and socialize in the warm room and enjoying our complimentary beverages prior to or following their spa treatments. The guest flow, as you can see, each touch point from the check-in, pre- and post-treatment, and checkout flows smoothly from one space to another. And also the connection between the cold and warm room makes the guest flow to be more fluent from the hot room and other service areas. And also the guests coming from either reception and the locker rooms have the option to get into other service areas. This is the staff circulation. As you can see, our staffs have their own entrance and preparation room, so they don't have to go to the second floor to get ready and prepared prior to opening. We also provide enough space and for the laundry in the back of the house and storage, so we want to make them more operative and efficient for our staffs. This is another view of our staff circulation on the second floor. And we will use 5 green initiatives to conserve energy. The water conservation system will be the most important one due to offering 2 wet rooms. This strategy will be implemented by using water efficiency systems for centralized water distribution, such as gray water and rainwater collection systems. Another strategy is efficiency, energy efficiency. We want to reduce and conserve energy by using low or zero carbon electricity generating systems.
systems, and also achieving as many points as we can in order to achieve LEED certificates. Another strategy is indoor air quality. We want to have control over the airflow of the inside of Mother Nature, so we're going to use air and wind barrier systems inside the building. Thank you.
So we've proven it's innovative, we've proven it's practical, now it's time to see if this actually makes money. So as we mentioned before, memberships is a big key factor to the success of Modern Nature. As we have designed a sales and marketing manager specifically designed to increase our sales, our membership, and our membership sales, and increase that high volume. We've looked at a lot of different competitors who have successful membership strategies in their business models and have turned it profitable, so we've created thus our own unique membership strategy. We have two different types of memberships. You have individual and corporate. We really want to focus on corporate accounts, as employers in today's world are really stressing the fact that there's the workplace, there's your home place, and then there's that third place. For us, third place is Modern Nature, a place where you can come, you can get every need you need, every service you need, and relax and rejuvenate and get ready for the rest of the work week. So our initial investment cost, as you look right here, is a 4.1 initial investment cost. Two main contributing factors to that. One is the purchasing of the real estate. Modern Nature is designed to be a startup. It's not designed for a strip center. So in order for that, we've purchased a property, 2.5 acres in the Austin area, which relates to a $730,000 initial cost. Our construction costs are based on the assumption of $175 a square foot, which is the average for the day spa market in the Austin area. So if you look at a 5-year pro forma, we expect to be making money from year 1 all the way to year 5. Some assumptions we have in total revenue. We assume 30% of our total revenue in year 1 comes alone from membership sales. That's roughly 500 to 600 members a year, and that's gradually increasing 10 to 15% through year 5. This is achievable because as we studied our competitors, they're looking at rates of 25 to 30% increases in membership sales alone. Also, we're looking at 40% utilization rate, again, on the industry average with the day spa market. By year 5, we value our company to be worth $10.2 million. Excuse me, Modern Nature, the first proposed property, to be worth $10.2 million. That's at a 10% capitalization rate, which is implemented into our IRR, which is an attractable 26.5%, also a 7.2% ROI. You look at 5-year pro forma, revenue increases, expenses are gradually expected to increase. The profit margin here, as we have from year 1 to year 5, increases. At year 1, we're looking at an expected 12% profit margin, all the way going to a roughly 30% profit margin by year 5. So we really want to give a sincere thank you to everyone who's helped us and really came together and making our dreams and our ideas a reality and implementing and creating such a beautiful spa concept as Modern Nature. We especially want to thank Hirsch Bender Associates for really giving us beautiful design and concept layouts that we could not have done as we try to do black and white scribble paper. Not as nice as what they did for us. So we really want to appreciate their help. Now we'd like to open it up any for questions and answers, and we hope that you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.
It'll stay.
Well, thank you. Great presentation. Cool concept. Coming back to the workflow, to the traffic you have inside. The location of the single points you have, as you see here. If we go north and south, on the south side you have all the treatment rooms. You have to enter the treatment rooms as a user through the wet area or through the part behind the wet area. So you have done the relax area between the wet or the hot room and the ice room, which creates a lot of traffic. So again, the same question as I did before. Where is the relaxation if there is always traffic? Just a question. And on the other hand, if people walk in there, they went through the reception and they have to pass by the entrance of this wet area already to go to the locker rooms. So there is in my opinion, a mixture between the dressed people and the, let's call them naked people, for the reason that there is a chance to watch in there and to see it. And this is a very private place. So what do you think?
So to answer your first initial question, relaxation area, we have multiple relaxation areas throughout the facility. The warm relaxation area is for someone, again, going back to the inspiration from the Turkish hammam of the hot room, warm room, cold room. That's the focal point of here for people who like that more of that warm atmosphere. if you do not like to be in a public facility like that where it's open on both sides. We have this area as well right here where guests can go, and it's kind of set part aside from the main traffic flow that you're speaking of, as well as a terrace in the back that's more of a meditation kind of garden where you can go outside and enjoy the beautiful landscaping that we'd have around the area, more of a quiet feel as well. In regards to the fact that you're speaking of going from the reception into the locker rooms, the main reason we have this going right here is again, to increase that social interaction. We think that the social interaction is lacking within the spa industry, and so we want to implement that and really make that more of a social experience for guests who are coming from the reception, going into the locker rooms, can go and not only they can experience and see what everyone else is seeing, see people relaxing in the warm room to the left or to the terrace to the right, they can get that more of a social interaction and experience within Modern Nature.
Tensor, do you have a question?
For the design concept, no, I'm sorry, for the concept of this spa, the Turkish hammam are used in almost every hotel. How is the concept unique?
Well, we think it's unique right now for this market and combining it with both the movement studio and more of the kind of social atmosphere. We think that by pulling in also the slow beauty, we're kind of creating a one-stop shop for our customers, and not just for going just to the Turkish hammam and receiving the wet treatment. We're also going to push the education of receiving the other treatments in our facility, and also the lifestyle coaching. So how do those treatments that you use all the time, how does that benefit you in the long term, and what can you do to maintain that when you're not at the spa? That's how we feel, and also within really the U.S. market, which is what we chose. It's not really anywhere. I looked for it in Denver and both in Aspen, and I actually couldn't find one. And so it's really not here right now in the U.S. And so we really feel that that's something that, while the hammam might be in the European or Middle Eastern market, it's not here in the U.S. And as well, they don't add in the kind of lifestyle coaching and the movement classes that we would be adding into that, and the memberships as well. So we want to pull them in on a regular basis and really impact their daily lifestyle.
To add on what Kate mentioned, when you're speaking of the traditional Turkish hammam in hotels, you're looking at 5-star, 6-star experiences, really luxurious rates. With this concept, this is more for the affordable, high-volume rate. So we want to bring that quote-unquote luxury amenity that you see within a beautiful 5-star resort in Istanbul with the Turkish hammam. We want to bring that to more of an American market, because here you have in Las Vegas, there are Turkish hammams. But again, you're looking at $500, $600, $100 treatments as far as experiencing that kind of treatment.
Thanks a lot. This is great. Okay. No, be sorry. We have about 3 minutes, so I want to be sure we get the other judges. You were great. Okay.
My question is, at the beginning of the presentation, you mentioned slow, the concept of slow, and it's all about quality over quantity. But then you mentioned you've got 500 to 600 members, and I'm just looking at your locker room. How do you anticipate maintaining that concept with 500 or 600 members all looking for this quality over quantity?
Okay. If you want to answer, you can. Well, what we find as well with kind of what the other team had said, kind of creating multiple spaces for those members to go. So like he said, you have the terrace and the multiple relaxation areas. There's also a terrace off of the nail salon, and then within the treatment areas. We want this to be a functional space for them. We're assuming that most of those members will participate in those things, so that they won't be all in one place at the same time. We have developed for lockers, enough lockers for to have at least 40 people in there at one time. So we have at least 40 lockers, and then we also have the option to expand. So within the architects, we have that outdoor terrace area so that we could create more space if we needed to. And then if needed, of course, not the entire second floor was built upon. So if we really needed to, we could, but mostly we want to keep the guest interaction on the first floor and keep it all in one place. So we have allowed for some extra space there if we do grow faster than what our capacity can handle at the moment.
And our last question goes to Chris.
Thanks for a very passionate presentation. I have to say you excited me more as an investor or an employee than necessarily a member to join the club. But the thing that I was missing most is when I first read your concept and I heard about it, was this Turkish hammam concept, which I think is very exciting and has a sensuous part to it. But when I then was looking for this sensuality in the concept, the design doesn't reflect that. So your arrival lounge and all that seems very straightforward, almost like an office building. Where's that lack between design concept idea and the actual execution of maybe something that potentially could have been just very exciting and very different?
Actually, we are not doing the Turkish hammam. We are inspired. Mother Nature is inspired by this like a sense of Turkish hammam. So we kind of have like humidity of inside the hot room, and also we use from the concept of Turkish hammam, like having 3 rooms with different temperatures: a hot room, cold room, and warm room. So we are not exactly doing the hammam, because for example, they do the scrub and all the things, but our concept is based on like it's inspired by the Turkish hammam.
So Adrian has a quick question, and that's absolutely the last one because we have to get out of here. So sorry.
Okay. One question coming back to the figures. Sorry. Hot room, ice room, very expensive rooms, need a lot of maintenance, and they need a renovation after a while. If I look at your business plan, I see 5 years, no cost for maintenance, no cost for renovations. I think these are really big numbers. I couldn't find them, so are they are not in there, or?
The cost for maintenance should be in the figures in the business plan. They're, again, not up here, but they should, because again, as we're gone over, the implementation of the green initiatives is where we are hoping to diminish those costs, the essential costs, because we know that we have water usage is going to be a big cost within our concept, and that's where the water conservation with the gray water and rainwater system.
I'm really not talking about running costs. I'm really talking about, I mean, a hot room is something which really needs a lot of maintenance. It's really a very unfriendly room for all the products you use and for your surfaces and everything. So this is something, I know it from our experience, of course, which needs a lot of work. And after a while, you need to do some renovation, and this is a hell lot of money. Mm-hmm. So I was just wondering, because I can't see the figures.
Okay. To answer that, we again don't know as much as the renovation that would go into the hammam. So the maintenance cost should be again in the business plan, but the renovation factors have not been assumed in the business financial figures for you. But that is again an assumption that.
And so, well, we had quickly. Okay, and we had talked about having kind of, so the engineer is on here, and so that's the initial engineer, of course, but hiring kind of maintenance purposes as we needed, but also we won't be using products within the hammam. So we decided to just have that as the hot room, which does require some maintenance, like you're saying, but we won't have products within that area to cut down on those costs. We're really limiting those products and the scrubs into the treatment rooms so that we can control how that product is used, where it's going, and the cleanup of those services to ensure that we can effectively clean that up.
So we need to have a big round of applause for these